You might remember me helping Matt Armstrong rebuild his Ferrari 296, rebuilding the front end frame that holds the radiators. It's time to revisit this and finish building the front frame to hold aircon condensers. We also visit our good friend Dips and teach him how to weld with his new welder from Artec Welding. Stay tuned while we also fit out Matt's workshop with some of my favourite gear and carry on rebuilding the 296. Hi! Stop, never give up, try and reach the top. First, we clean. As you've seen me do a million times, the aluminium needs to be spotless clean before we weld it. So we just get in with an angle grinder and a wire brush, clean everything. A few weeks ago we did the radiators on this car. Now we need to fit the aircon condensers. We need to build a frame, and before we start welding, we need to get all the paint off the original structure made by Ferrari. We don't have a whole stock of material to put mats, so I'm just using this leftover angled aluminium that we had left over from another project. First we cut it to size, then we offer it up to the front end of the car and make sure our cuts are going to be in the right place. Sufficiently agricultural for a Ferrari.
What, just like angle iron and bends?
Bits of angle and
bits and bobs.
Yeah, I just need to do some really bad welding on it now. Once it's roughly in place, we can put some small tack welds on first, then we heat it up with a matte gas torch. That makes it a little bit easier to weld. Before we make these condensers permanent, we need to make sure that the pipework is going to fit. So Matt and Liam have brought me over the pipework for the condensers to see if everything's going to fit and find out what needs modifications.
With our kit, what we can do is you're meant to cut the metal off, and then you can join a rubber hose onto the end of the metal. So really, as long as we've got the fittings in the right thing, I think we could just make the hoses as long as they go to the right places. Yeah. I think just get the radiators, Matt, and then we'll figure it out.
Time to look cool. Just like Ferrari. So again, I warm everything up before I weld it. Once it's welded, I give it a little clean with a wire brush just to tidy it up. Done! I put 2 sets of holes in it because Matt doesn't know where he wants the radiator yet. Doesn't know if he wants it this way or this way. So, covered all bases. While the boys are fitting the bumper, I'm going to go see another good friend who has another Ferrari. Oh. So just face me and then kneel down.
Are you fucking being cunt, innit?
I'm here to teach Dips how to weld.
Right, so today, I'm so excited, honestly, because we've got the guys from Artec Welding come over with a whole bunch of equipment, and we've got a Bob who can teach us how to weld. Teach me how to weld, teach me how to weld. So yeah, I'm so happy that I've got the best teacher here, because I have not got a clue. I don't know how to start the equipment. I don't know anything. I know how to solder electrical stuff, but that's going to be very different to... There is loads of welding that we need to do on this. For example, this bar is broken as well, and the top of the roof's all damaged. So we definitely need the master of welding to give us a hand with it and show us what we need to do.
Is he on the way?
Oh, we got a new welder. I'm so excited. Lovely. I love things with an LCD display on it. That's just the techie side of me. Right, so I've got a lot of probably stupid questions to you about welding.
Dips did have a few good questions here, but we addressed them later on in this video. Dips, this is your new welder. This is an automatic welder. So, if anybody knows anything about welding, everybody talks about settings and welder settings all the time. This machine takes all of that guesswork out of the way. As I said, this is an automatic welder, so we're going to get Dips to explain it himself.
Like you've really explained that well, and the fact that these guys have created such a system where it's that easy just going through the options as opposed to me just turning dials and not knowing what I'm actually doing, it's good. I think let's try and do some welding.
Have we got?
Yeah. That's way too big.
Does that hurt?
No, it's perfect.
How about now?
Is that new driving gloves? Right, so it's not aluminium, this door, it's actually steel. It's actually steel. Yeah, the door's actually steel. So I've got to set this up to work for steel. So I'm going to show how easy it is. 2.4, which is what size that tip is. The work thickness is
1.2, 1.5. Go 1.2. Always go for a lower number.
our metal type. Okay, so we've got steel setting. And then the type of joint that we're going to be doing, 50 amps will knock that down to 47, 45. Or...
We'll give it a try, see what it does.
And that's it. That's how easy it is. That was really simple. Because if it had all the twiddly knobs on it, I wouldn't have a clue what to do.
Same.
I'll be a master welder in a bit. Right, let's do this. Gloves are on.
You ready?
I'm ready.
You pumped?
Yeah.
If you're not comfortable, you can't weld.
Yeah.
Elbow under the torch like that. Torch sits on top of your hand like this, okay?
Okay.
You don't want any of this weird stuff that people do, putting your hand in the wrong place, yeah? Hold it like a pencil,
Yeah.
okay? Pencil goes in that part of your hand, that's where the torch goes.
Okay.
On and off with your finger.
Yep.
This torch is flexible, okay? We don't want to overwork it because it's a copper coil and it'll work hard and snap after a while.
Okay. Yeah.
So they last months, but you don't want
Yeah.
to shorten its life, okay? And then you bring the tungsten, the nib,
Yeah.
3 millimeters away from the surface of the material, and you press the button and it'll start. Can I have a look in there now?
Oh, yeah.
See the arc?
Yeah.
So I'm maintaining that 3 mil gap.
Yeah.
We dip the rod into the liquid metal. The liquid metal is the weld pool that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah. You made that look so easy.
It is easy. You're going to make this look hard. When you're ready, mask down. 3 mil gap, press the button. You're a welder, Harry.
How was that? Oh, that's not too bad, is it?
It's better than the Jaguar Land Rover weld, in my opinion.
So where I've got a bigger pool bit here,
Yep. So where
is that because I've held it on there for too long, or?
No, because your speed was is even all the way through,
Okay.
but your distance was increasing, decreasing. So what happens?
Okay.
You've got the tungsten or the nib like this,
Yeah.
and then the arc comes off like that. Yeah. So if you increase your distance, you get a weld pool that size instead of this size.
Ah, okay. I see what you mean. Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. Oh, shit. I've just got it stuck to the metal.
Yeah, it's because you decreased from the 3 mil
Yeah,
down to 0. Every time you touch that off something,
yeah.
you should resharpen it.
Okay.
So that liquid metal at the bottom there is the weld pool.
Yeah.
What happened there was you connected the rod to the tungsten, and now that tungsten has a lot of steel on it. So
It's unbelievable how well he makes it. Like, he just does it like that. Zzz, 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 zzz. And I'm thinking, oh, I've done soldering before. I should be all right with this, but clearly not. Yeah, boy.
Much better.
That's way better. What do you think to that?
there we go.
With the rod, is that all right?
Perfect.
Oh, sweet. I've just got to get used to making sure I don't get too close to that with the rod.
Comfort.
Yeah, and I think it's a lot of it is to just making sure, like you say, the most important thing is the comfort, because otherwise you're sort of getting there and you're like, oh shit, it's trapped. That is brilliant.
Good.
So, huge thank you, Bob. I really, really appreciate you coming down today.
Anything for you.
I know, thank you so much. And I got my cool mask as well. Perfect. Right, so next thing I need to do is come on Bob's amazing welding course so I can learn everything that I need to learn. And well, it's not going to be everything, but it's going to be most
it'll
things.
get you in the right direction.
Yeah.
As I say, 4 hours to learn, 16 hours to master.
Yeah, and I think once I've learnt the basics behind it all, and like obviously selecting the materials, and like you say, is the welding is one part of it, but then it's doing all the other bits as well. So
fitting and fabrication is the difficult bit, but once you take your time, got everything right, the welding's easy.
And thank you to the boys at Artec as well.
No worries.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate this.
Now we're back to Matt's to do some more work in the Ferrari, but we've just had the delivery of some new kit. So, my favorite brand of welder, Artec, have dropped 2 new welders up to me. This is the 171 and this is the 181. So it's a TIG welder and a MIG welder. And as we know, the biggest difference between them is MIG welders do steel and they're really fast and strong. And then this one is a TIG welder that does aluminium and steel, and it's more about precision and skill. So both of these machines, I use them all the time. They're really great machines. They're my favorite welders. And yeah, 2 new brand new ones. And Jack from Mac Industries has sorted me out this awesome table as well. So this table is a welding table, and you got all these little clamps and stuff, and they slot into the holes. So if you want to like hold a pipe or a tube, you've got all these V clamps and stuff, so you can put your pieces in there, and then that goes down, it'll tighten down. So it comes with lots of different accessories, bits and pieces like squares, other bits and pieces. Is awesome. I love it. I wouldn't be able to do any of the stuff that I do without this kit.
This is Bob's home away from home, so we thought we'd make it as homely as possible for him. We've got a full-on welding bench, is that what you call it?
Yeah, welding table.
Welding table with all of his welding equipment that he'll use at the machine shop, but here. And then eventually I'll be able to use it, so then we can make the most efficient way of using Bob as possible, because at the minute we're taking him so far out of the machine shop, he might as well be part of the HWBT team. Eventually I will be able to use both of these welders, but it's easiest to call Bob, isn't it? It's what easiest to call Bob. This is Bob's home away from home. It looks sick, it's clean, and also I will try to use it at some point.
Hey, what's up YouTube? All the brackets are done. Now we need to make all these pipes into one pipe.
See here,
Yes,
where there's tape,
weld.
we've kind of put that in the positions where they need to be, and then weld where the tape is. But then when we've done all this, we've gone to put the front bumper on, and the front bumper don't fit because these are in the way.
Okay,
So it all needs to like go down.
okay,
Yeah. Just got to go woohoo.
okay, cool.
But other than that, everywhere where there's tape,
Yep.
all needs a little bit of welding.
So with those exact and precise instructions from Liam, let's get on with the job. I don't know what to do. The original position of the condenser thingy was like here. But there's big pods that go through and they're in the way of the pods. So I need to move the radiator condenser things down or in or somewhere, but we can't move them down because they'll scrape off the floor. We can't move them in because there's wheels and stuff here. Bits of Ferrari in there. What I can do is move them towards the center of the car and then pitch them up a little bit so there'll be a slight angle to it, which will still functionally be fine. And I think I'm just going to investigate now, see if that actually can be done. So good news, I've went and got myself some new tools to come up here and live up here, so I don't need to load the van every time I'm coming up. And I've got all my favorites. I love flex tools. So it's back to revising these brackets because the first ones didn't fit. And by this stage, I don't expect these to fit either. If you know anything about this car, you know it's a melting pot of lots of different Ferrari bits. It's a road car with a lot of race parts on it, and they're not meant to go together outside the Ferrari factory. That's why we're struggling to get everything to fit properly in here. It's the first time it's been done outside the factory. This video is all about showing you what a week with me is like. It's not always wins. You win some, you lose some, but ultimately, we're figuring this out together. So now I've moved this condenser that way. I can't get this line onto this pipe, so I need to bend this pipe. So I'm gonna heat up that area, I'm gonna put the spanner around it and then push it over this way towards that person. First time, every time. Didn't even need to do it 3 times behind the camera. I failed, but I haven't failed, this is just really annoying. So the bumper thing that goes on the outside, like I just can't get it on with that radiator there, this condenser thing here. I've moved it that way and down as far as I can get away with. It's still not enough. I'll put the radiator or put the bumper up again. It doesn't work. It still clashes like a lot. So I need to move it even further over, but I also have ran out of material. So I need to go get some material and come back in the morning. So we're not defeated, but we are delayed. That's what happens when you're doing stuff like this and you don't have like all the parts and stuff supplied all the time, and you're trying to make modifications to suit other bits and pieces. But we'll get some material, come back tomorrow and finish it. And that's been a week with me. Make sure you like, share and subscribe.